What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee PB. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Man, y'all, we got some unfortunate news for South Carolina for a young player, Ashlyn Watkins. Torn ACL, non-contact injury, lost for the season after beating that court case, after missing games, after working her tail off to get back to contribute to her team, after coming off that 11 points, 11 rebound game, playing her best basketball of the season. Y'all, it was all coming together for Ashlyn Watkins. It was all coming together, and then we get the news that she suffered a torn ACL. Catastrophic news for a young player that has worked her butt off to get back, man. Was playing good ball. Had bought into the team. Had been a cheerleader on the sideline when she couldn't play. Been a great teammate. Been a leader for this team. And she's gone for the season. Torn ACL. Ashlyn Watkins tore her ACL, man. Gone for the year. Major loss for South Carolina. Now, I'm not here to say that they can't win a championship. I'm not here to say that the season's lost. I'm not here to say that they can't replace Ashlyn Watkins, but I am here to say that this is extremely unfortunate news for a young lady that worked extremely hard to get back to this team, was playing great basketball, and goes down on a freak injury. Frederick, my guy, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it, man. Major loss. Terrible news. And Pharaoh, I mean, they have the depth. If anybody can overcome an injury like this, it is definitely South Carolina. We know that it is Joyce Edwards' time for sure at this point. It is Joyce Edwards' time. But, man, I just feel so bad for Ashlyn Watkins, bro. I mean, you talk about a player that really sacrificed a lot, beat the court case, had her name smeared, dragged through the mud, remained a great teammate, cheered on her teammates when she couldn't play, left it all out in the court, coming off an 11-point, 11 rebound game at Missouri, her best game so far this season. She's playing good basketball. It felt like it was all coming together for Ashlyn Watkins. And then we get the news of the torn ACL on a non-contact freak injury, man. This young lady can't catch a break. This young lady can't catch a break, man. This is a major loss. We're talking about South Carolina's best defensive big, lead shot blocker, averaging over 2 blocks per game, extremely mobile, tone setter. There we go. Enforcer in the paint. Major loss. This definitely changes the trajectory of South Carolina. This definitely changes the trajectory of South Carolina in their effort to repeat as national champions. It just got harder. I'm not saying they can't do it, but it definitely just got harder. It did. The road to a repeat national championship just got a lot harder without Ashlyn Watkins. Your most athletic big, your intimidator, your enforcer, your best shot blocker on this team, the intimidator. This is a major loss. Make no mistake about it. This is a major loss for South Carolina, man. And I hate to see it. I hate to see it. She worked so hard to get back. And y'all see the numbers right there. She worked so hard to get back, man. She worked so hard to get back into this lineup. Was finally playing good basketball. It had been a slow start for Ashlyn Watkins on the season. A player that we thought, had the potential to be a first-team All-American. That level of talent. Embracing a bigger role this season after kind of playing second fiddle to Camila Cardosa and Chloe Kitt sometimes last year. Slow start to this season. 7.2 points per game, 6.1 rebounds, 1.1 assists, shooting 51.2% from the field, averaging over 2 blocks a game. The offense was starting to come together for Ashlyn Watkins. We saw the offense starting to come together for her, man. She's showing more capability shooting the basketball, hitting the mid range, taking defenders off the dribble. Like, we were seeing her expand her game. We were seeing Ashlyn Watkins potentially playing the best basketball of her career on the brink of it. And now the season's just cut short. And now her season's just cut short, man. I hate this for Ashlyn Watkins, bro. I hate this for Ashlyn Watkins. I know she's going to still remain a valuable teammate, presence in that locker room. But, man, her presence on the court will be missed. Her presence on the court will be missed. I will say, looking at it, because a lot of y'all are already kind of talking about who's going to step up. We see these are the season stats so far this season. This is what it's looking like. I personally think it's Joyce Edwards' time at this point. It is definitely Joyce Edwards' time. She's second leading scorer on this team with 10.8 points, 4.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, only playing 19.9 minutes per game. I think we see Joyce Edwards shoot up to closer to 23, 24, 25 minutes per game. This is officially Joyce Edwards' time. She has been incredible. She's arguably been their best post player the last month, to be honest with y'all. Chloe Kitts has kind of fallen by the wayside. She did have a big game in their last game out. But this is Joyce Edwards' time. She has definitely proven that she's capable of carrying an offense. You can run it through her. She needs to get more touches, more minutes, more reps. She has the capability of being that alpha down low for them. It is Joyce Edwards' time. She's shown great ability to read defenses, doesn't force the issue, great touch around the rim, athletic, guards multiple positions. It's Joyce Edwards' time. Great hands, great footwork, very agile getting up and down the court. It is Joyce Edwards' time. It is definitely Joyce Edwards' time. Other players are going to have to step up. Sanaya Fagan, Chloe Kitts. Maybe this means more minutes for Adele Tack now. Looking at her, she's come along the last several games. Had a career high 9 points off the bench 2 games ago. Coach Don Staley was giving her a lot of praise. Adele Tack becomes that much more important to this group now as an enforcer. If not only an enforcer, but her defense. She becomes a way more impactful player for this group. Chloe Kitts, Joyce Edwards going to have to carry a lot of the post scoring load now. They're going to have to carry a lot more of the scoring load now, man. Like, this is going to be a ripple effect. I will say, though, I love that y'all brought up Tessa Johnson because Coach Don Staley, after she dropped 22 last game, shot like 4 of 6 from 3. She's been playing the best basketball of her career. Been the best shooter on this team this season. Arguably, it's almost impossible to keep her off the court. Coach Don Staley alluded to Tessa Johnson getting some more playing time.
I know you like to have the set lineup and all, but is it a challenge to say we've got our lineup, but we've got to start getting maybe her more minutes?
Yeah, I mean, we say it all the time. I mean, production needs more minutes. No matter who it is, the production needs more minutes, and obviously we're set on our starting lineup. We're not going to change anything, but certainly when Tessa's shooting as well as she's doing and playing, like defending as well as she is, we're going to find some more minutes for her because that's what her production says.
We heard it there. We heard it from Coach Don Staley. Tessa Johnson, who has been shooting the basketball incredible, she really bust things open for Mississippi State, man. Like, during that game when they tried to go zone, the Bulldogs put South Carolina in that zone. They struggled for the first quarter. Tessa Johnson came in there and shot the lights out. As a sophomore, she's performed at the highest level on every big stage. She came up big in the NCAA tournament last year. She came up big against Mississippi State. She just comes up big in every game that they need her to. She played well against UCLA even though they lost. Like, Tessa Johnson be coming to play. I think a lot of this will fall on the bigs, but also we'll see more perimeter scoring. Tessa Johnson, Tahina Pau. Arrow, I think you got a point. They've been the most two consistent shooters on this team, and they've really opened things up in the lane for everybody else to get active and get those paint touches. But the news for Ashlyn Watkins is terrible. They do the shining light in this whole thing is that, for South Carolina as a program, they will absolutely miss a player that impacts the game on both ends, like Ashlyn Watkins. But they have the bigs, they have the depth, they probably have the deepest front court in the country. So they are adept to deal with this type of situation. But man, I agree with Coach Staley though, man. Tessa Johnson is absolutely she's earned more minutes, man. I know Coach said that they're not messing with the starting lineup, but Tessa Johnson, I mean, it's looking like it's going to be impossible to keep her off the floor. With her shooting, her defense, her high basketball IQ, there's not a lot that she can't do. But let me know y'all's initial reactions in the comments. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel. Are South Carolina still the favorites? Or I wouldn't even say they're the favorites right now. I would even with Ashlyn Watkins, I'd say UCLA are the favorites. But do you guys feel like Ashlyn Watkins is enough to keep losing her is enough to keep them out of the championship game? Let me get a spicy poll up. Let me get a quick poll up for the people, man. Let me get a spicy poll up for the people. I mean, this is a catastrophic injury, man. And I just hate it personally for Ashlyn Watkins. Like, a player that has been through so much adversity to start her year has really just continued to hold her head up, quiet out the noise, and play basketball, man. But yeah, I definitely see Tessa Johnson getting more minutes. I definitely see Tessa Johnson continuing to be an impactful player on this lineup. We may see more shots. There are definitely going to be more shots and more minutes to go around. I mean, you look at it. Ashlyn Watkins was playing 19 minutes a game. Somebody's going to be getting those minutes. And I think Joyce Edwards needs about 5 more. Hit the poll, hit the poll, hit the poll. Let me know. Let me know how y'all feel about this news. Man. Just not what you want to see, man. Not what you want to see. It's just not what you want to see, bro. Genuinely, it's not what you want to see from a player with her caliber. I can't stand injuries, man. Coach Go, welcome in. SC are a deep team. They will be fine. They can, but they won't. Coach Go, talk to me about them Bayou Bengals, man. Talk to me about LSU. Yeah, man. This is a major loss. This is definitely nothing to look past and, shrug your shoulders about. Like, this is a major loss. But if there is a team in the country that can withstand a loss of this caliber, it definitely is South Carolina. They do have the front court to withstand this. And I'm saying it's Joyce Edwards' time. Give the freshman the ball and get the hell out the way. Straight up. It's Joyce Edwards' time at this point. Give her the basketball, get the hell out of the way. Maybe we'll see Adele Tack get more minutes. RC, welcome in, welcome in. Maybe we see Adele Tack welcome in. More minutes. Guys, if this is your first time, make sure to hit the subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Make sure to subscribe to stay up with all the latest with the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. I will say, man, I'm going to play the clip again. Don Staley, we're talking about players that will inevitably earn more minutes. Tessa Johnson was one of
I know
those
you
players that Coach
had
Don
the
Staley
set
mentioned.
lineup and all, but is it a challenge to say we've got our lineup, but we've got to start getting maybe her more minutes?
Yeah, I mean, we say it all the time. I mean, production needs more minutes. No matter who it is, production needs more minutes, and obviously we're set on our starting lineup. We're not going to change anything, but certainly when Tessa's shooting as well as she's doing and playing, like defending as well as she is, we're gonna find some
let
more
me catch
minutes
up in
for
the
her because
comments. UCLA with Warren
that's
Betts
what
is
her
a great
production
team.
says.
Facts. Mario Faith Warrior, welcome in. You're not lying. UCLA definitely the favorite right now to take the title. RC, my guy. I 100% still have a healthy fear of the South Carolina team. The loss of Watkins doesn't mean the field is open wider. Okay. I mean, if any team can replace a talent like Ashlyn Watkins, it's definitely South Carolina. UCLA is a solid team. Agreed. Love what Kiki Rice is doing. Love the way Kiki Rice is playing ball right now. This is Joyce Edwards' time to shine. Yes, Frederick, man. Tanaya leading the country in scoring. A walking bucket. Absolutely. And at what? She under 6 feet? Like 5'9"? Giving out straight work. Yes, absolutely. Definitely got to give her flowers. SC has overcome injuries in the past. I will agree with that. This is a major loss. I still think that they have more than enough to win a national championship, but it's more so unfortunate for Ashlyn Watkins, man. A player that worked so hard to get back. And, she went through the court case. She missed some games, went through the suspension, had her name dragged through the mud, had to work her way back into this rotation. So, we got to remember the season Ashlyn Watkins had. She started multiple games last year. We felt like her and Chloe Kitts were going to be the best front court in the country for the most part. Like, Ashlyn Watkins, we were expecting to come in and play starter minutes and be one of the focal points of this team on both sides of the basketball. She finally started playing good basketball, coming off 11 points, 11 rebound game, double-double, her best game of the season, was finally starting to get it all back, everything was starting to click, and then she gets a non-contact freak injury, bro. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, man. LSU still undefeated. Got that win against Auburn. Yo, Coach Go. Did you see the video I did on Kayla Gilbert, though? Sheesh. She's out here getting buckets. She is out here getting buckets. Yeah, Chloe Kitts, Joyce Edwards, more than enough talent to anchor down this front court. I'm definitely excited for Joyce Edwards on this part of her getting more minutes, more touches. She has proven that she can lead this front court as a youngin'. As a freshman, she's ready right now. She's already third leading scorer on this team, averaging 10 points per game. I think the rebounds will go up. Her in this starting lineup, I think, makes this a better team, to be honest with you. I know they said they're not tweaking the lineup and they're not going to, switch anything out, but man, anything that results in Joyce Edwards getting more touches, she has a chance now to be freshman of the year. She has a chance now to be first team All SEC. Like, this is Joyce Edwards' time. This is a new era of Gamecocks basketball that is going to be led by Joyce Edwards. She is truly sensational. Man, people are not talking about this 2024 class enough. I mean, Sarah Strong, Joyce Edwards, Jelani Cambridge, Silas Swartz, the freshman out of Vanderbilt. Like, bro, it's a lot of freshmen that's out here putting in work. Kiyomi Miller's a dog. I don't put out 2 videos on her situation, so I ain't going all that. But she's a dog. Like, it's a lot of freshmen, and Joyce Edwards is in the mix with those top freshmen in the country. From a pure stand, just from a pure talent standpoint, Joyce Edwards really might be the best freshman in the country for real. All of the love on my Bruins is appreciated far and beyond. Each year, we're just trying to establish ourselves with deeper tournament runs. If we don't win the title this year, I'm going to go and cry in the car. Yo, there's no way. Coach Close got a mob at UCLA. Do you hear me? A mob. It's definitely got to be championship or bust for this team. It's definitely got to be championship or bust, without a doubt. I will say Keone McMillan is the truth. Silas Swords is the truth. Jelani Cambridge is having a hell of a season with Ohio State. Like, it is a lot of good freshmen out here. Sarah Strong definitely in there. Sarah Strong playing incredible. But Joyce Edwards is about to get more minutes. And it's about to get real spooky, man. Because she might be the best big on this team. Like, no disrespect to Chloe Kitts. Chloe Kitts has been sensational for the most part. But Joyce Edwards is different. She is different. I mean, they made the Sweet 16 this last season. And I feel like with the additions of Tamia Gardner and Janiyah Barker, like, bro, UCLA has no room for error. They absolutely should win the championship. Bro, I saw LeBron caught a body. I saw Bron caught a body. Appreciate that score update, Frederick. We are at 75% yes, South Carolina can still win the title. 25% no. Man, I hate that this injury happened. Man, Ashlyn Watkins has been putting in so much work. Like, it really, y'all, it really felt like it was all coming together. I don't know, man. McMillan just has the ball all the time and gets the most shots. Sarah Strong is benefiting from playing with Paige Beckers, but she's a great talent. Joyce Edwards just hasn't been asked to do as much, but she might now. We will see now. Let's revisit this in a month. We will see now. Joyce Edwards is about to be thrown into the fire. And she's going to be thrown into the deep end, and I think she's going to swim. Oh, you ain't telling me nothing new, Coach Go. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, Coach. Check the page out. I'm right there with you. But we definitely are going to see a ramp up in production for Joyce Edwards. I think she gets more touches now. She gets more minutes now. She'll be more of a focal point. She will be dependent upon her defense as well. You know, Sanaya Fagan. Somebody's going to have to step up and be that enforcer now. Somebody's going to have to step up and be that enforcer now. Yeah, I hate this news for Ashlyn Watkins, man. I really do. I really hate this news for Ashlyn Watkins. Like, man, she been putting in mad work to get back to this team. Yeah, Silas Swords definitely the truth at Michigan. Tessa Johnson and Tahina Powell should take this team. They're going to be counted upon. Tessa Johnson, Coach Staley said that she will be getting more minutes, and deservingly so the way she's been playing. Tessa Johnson absolutely deserves more minutes. The way she's been shooting the basketball, I mean, let's get the, hold on. Let's get the numbers up, man. And y'all see what's going on as far as the stats and the makeup and how everything is broken down. But Tessa Johnson, 22.1 minutes per game, 9.8 points, 1.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 0.7 steals, 0.3 blocks, and she's been shooting the absolute lights out of the basketball. She has been shooting the lights out of the basketball. She bust that game wide open. She's shooting 49.5% from the field, 33.3% from the three-point line. And she just is a streaky shooter. She gets hot and gets in a rhythm, and she will really knock them down and bust the game open. She comes up big in every situation they need her in when the stage is the brightest. She isn't shaken. Super poised, great basketball IQ, plays great defense, guards multiple positions. Like, Tessa Johnson is absolutely ready for a bigger role. And she's earned it. Y'all heard what Coach John Staley said. Production provides more minutes. Production provides more playing time. Tessa Johnson is a player that has deserved more playing time since the beginning of the season. And I think we see an uptick in her minutes. Her, Joyce Edwards, they're going to depend on Sanaya Fagan. Adele Tack is another name that can see some more minutes. She's slowly but surely been coming along. She's definitely a freshman that Don Staley's extremely excited about. They're still waiting on Maddie McDaniel as well, who's kind of day-to-day with the concussion. So South Carolina battling some injuries right now, man. Guys, if this is your first time, welcome into the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Let me know initial reactions in the comments, man. I've shared a lot of my thoughts so far on this live. Let me know y'all's initial reactions, man. Do you vote on the poll? Let me know how y'all feel. 81% say South Carolina can still win the title. I am in agreement with the majority. I definitely still think they have more than enough to win a national title. But we would be remiss to overlook the impact of the injury, Ashlyn Watkins. I mean, what she does on both sides of the basketball, she's their best defensive big. Leading shot blocker, very mobile, most athletic player probably on this team, leader in the locker room. Like, this is a major loss. I'm not here to say South Carolina can't overcome this loss. That's not my message here. But it's a sad situation for a young player that worked hard to get her way back, beat that case, missed games, continued to be a stable presence in the locker room, continued to cheer on her teammates even when she couldn't play, when she was away from the team. I mean, she worked so hard to get back, coming off the best game of her year this season, a Mizzou, 11 points, 11 rebounds. It seemed like it was all starting to come together, man. And Ashlyn Watkins was a player we thought could possibly lead this team in scoring, rebounding, and blocks. Like, we were expecting a phenomenal season just based off of what we were given last year. And it just has not been the season that we thought. Why do y'all think Pola is great? She is solid, but she is not carrying any team. Are you talking about last year, Pola? Oh, I'm confused. Brandon, I think Utah might be slowly becoming my third team, but it's really still a long shot. Hey, man, Utah beat Notre Dame. That is a quad one win for them. They dealt with a lot of injuries in their backcourt last year, but they got a veteran group that can really shoot the basketball. But that was out of nowhere, RC. Utah? That was out of nowhere. That was out of nowhere. Guys, let me know what y'all think in the polls. Holler at me in the comments. Hottest topics y'all want to talk about, man. We've been talking about Ashlyn Watkins, South Carolina for the first half hour, and I'm loving the conversation we got. Any topics, anything y'all want to throw in, any hot takes in the chat, hey, man, let it fly. This is the time to talk about it. But, man, I hate this injury. I don't like it for South Carolina. I really don't like it for Ashlyn Watkins. I mean, she could have had a ball. She could have bought out this year and left early for the WNBA draft. She is WNBA draft eligible. I'm just throwing that out there. She is WNBA draft eligible. Like, it's just a sad situation, man. It's a sad situation, y'all. It really is. It sucks. It's sad to see. And I get it. We all get it. Injuries are part of the game. I get that South Carolina has the depth in the front court. Maybe we see Walker get a couple of minutes now. I don't know. But they got Joyce Edwards. They got Chloe Kitts. They got Adele Tack. They got Miriam Dowder. They got Sanaya Fagan. There's definitely enough bodies to cover the production of Ashlyn Watkins. I'm not here to say that. Tessa Johnson absolutely put the team on her back against Mississippi State. Tessa Johnson absolutely single-handedly busted up that zone. And that zone was giving them hell. Anybody that watched that first quarter and that first half of the second quarter could tell, hey, that zone was giving them hell. And Tessa Johnson shot Mississippi State right out that gym. She shot him right out that gym. Oh, Tahina Pow Pow. Okay. She's tough. She's tough. Pow Pow is tough. I'm not saying she's gonna be your number one scoring option, but she can definitely get you a bucket and run the team. And she got them straps for you too. I'm just saying, gotta put some respect on her. Paige got hurt. The big from Texas got hurt. Ashlyn got hurt. Yana got hurt. I mean, players was dropping like flies, man. Paige Beckers is week to week. Not sure how long she's going to be out. We know Ashlyn is out for the season. In that situation with Paige Beckers, man, a lot of people were blaming Coach Gino Auriemma because they were up like 20 plus points, and she was still in the game. Most of y'all feel like South Carolina can still win the title. I got another poll for y'all. A lot of fans are blaming Gino Auriemma for Paige Becker's injury. A lot of fans are blaming Gino Auriemma for Paige Becker's injury for leaving her in the game. I will say he did have her sub queued up. But Gino really might be her biggest op, y'all. But do you think Gino is to blame for Paige? Injury. They were up big. I will say he did have her sub queued in to come into the game, but a lot of fans are definitely blaming Gino. I'm personally not blaming Gino. He seemed optimistic about the injury. Basically stating that, it's kind of like the same situation that they had with AZ. Like they didn't think that it was going to be a huge deal, and that it wasn't the worst case scenario that they had been through. So there is some optimism. And I will give him the benefit of the doubt saying that he did have her sub queued up. Like he was definitely about to sub her out of the game. I will say that. Gino definitely had her sub queued in to come in the game. But could it have been done sooner? Could the injury have been avoided? And it especially worried you because of her injury history, man. And what does it mean for her draft stock? There's a lot to consider. There's a lot to consider. There's a lot to consider, man. But do you guys blame Gino for the injury? Y'all let me know. Would you put the blame on Gino Auriemma for Paige Becker's injury? Is Gino Auriemma Paige Becker's biggest op? Could the injury have been avoided? Knowing her injury history, you're up by that much. Could you have got her out of the game sooner? Like, these are questions that you have to ask. I'm just being honest. These are definitely questions that you have to ask. Right? I mean, these are questions you gotta ask. Me personally, I don't think Gino is responsible. Is he Paige Becker's biggest op? Possibly. Let me see. Honestly, man, I would not be shocked if Olivia Miles goes number one. Especially because I think she feels a bigger need. Like a true point guard on Dallas would go a long way. A true point guard would go a long way. To get Enrique the ball, to get Sabali the ball, to get Natasha Howard the ball, to get JC Sheldon the ball. Like, they need a true point guard. Olivia Miles, and two, the impact that she's had from the 3-point line, like the improvement, the stride she's made at the 3-point line. Yo, Olivia Miles, walking triple double, she's been incredible. Yeah, I do think LSU can beat Tennessee. But yeah, I mean, I think Olivia Miles is definitely making it her case. Kiki Apin's definitely in that running as well, man. But I think Olivia Miles is making a very, very strong case to be number one pick. I still think Paige is considered the number one pick right now. We don't really know the severity of the injury. I think that's going to depend on that too. Because as a franchise, are you going to want to bank your job, your career on Paige staying healthy? I think Paige Beckers in LA would be a perfect fit. They get a healthy Cam Brink back next year. You love what Dirka did this year, man. Dirka Hamby, most improved player, like comeback player, like she was just a dog. She proved she could be you could run the offense to her. She could be a number one option, a franchise player. You got Rakia Jackson, who was the second best rookie in the WNBA for some time, especially when Angel went out. Bro, I'm telling you, Arpiama, bro. Jiro Arpiama. Apiama. Apirama. Dude is a op. That's Paige's biggest op, bro. I'm telling y'all, Gito Ariyama is Paige's biggest op. Guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Gino is Paige's biggest op, man. He be throwing her under the bus, talking about she don't move well off ball, playing lazy. Done left her in that game up 30. Gino, man, he wicked out here. But yeah, I really like Paige to the Sparks. And her personality in LA just makes so much sense. Her personality in LA just makes so much sense, man. She fits right into that culture. Right in with what LA's got going on. She'll fill seats. They need a facilitator. They have enough scoring guards. They have some really good bigs. They have a young core that they're just looking for a playmaker to run the show. Showtime Sparks. Paige Beckers could definitely be that player. But if she falls now, Olivia Miles would be a great pick for the Sparks too. She'd be a really great pick for Chicago too, in my opinion, man. Olivia Miles on the sky would be elite. Could see Kiki Ape and maybe Washington. Depending on what they're gonna do with Elena Deladon, they may want another big. That is something to monitor. But yeah, y'all let me know. Holler at me in the comments. Talk to me. 56% said no. 44% said yay. Gino is the op. Yeah, man. Ashlyn Watkins really can't catch a break. It's sad, man. It really sucks. Yeah, she really can't catch a break right now. 56% said no. 44% said yay. Gino is the op. Yeah, man. Ashlyn Watkins really can't catch a break. It really sucks. Yeah, she really can't catch a break right now. Yeah, she really can't catch a break right now. 56% said no. 44% said yay. Gino is the op. Yeah, man. Ashlyn Watkins really can't catch a break right now. Yeah, she really can't catch a break right now. I mean, I think Olivia Miles would be a better fit for Chicago, but Paige would definitely be a gem in Chicago too. They really need a point guard. They need a point guard bad. And Olivia Miles running that pick and roll with Cardosa, who also just had a major breakout game overseas. But her with Killer Camilla and Angel, mm, bro, Dearica Hamby to the Fever would be crazy. It looks like Sabali is going to be staying in Dallas potentially. Well, I know she said she's testing free agents, but it's looking like she might end up in Dallas, bro. I don't know. We gotta see. We gotta see. I don't want to predict her future. I don't know for sure, but I don't know, man. Dearica Hamby to the Fever would be wild, though. That would be wild. That would be wild. Hamby to the Fever, sheesh. With Aaliyah Boston, oh my gosh, bro. The versatility, the fast break, having to defend that on the perimeter as she's coming downhill at you, handling the basketball, being able to shoot the basketball. Oh yeah, I think Angel Reese is gonna have a really good season in Unrivaled. Troy, welcome in, my guy. Yes, sir. Y'all know I will have y'all locked in on the coverage for Unrivaled as well, with the game starting up very, very soon, a little later this month. We will definitely have that content for you with Unrivaled. I got y'all. For sure, for sure, for sure. 60% say no, 40% say yay, yay and nay. Man, yeah, I'm excited to see Unrivaled though. I'm excited for them to deliver Unrivaled to us, man. This is a time where we need more women's hoops as much as we can get. That's crazy. A Milky Way bar, edible, edible. What is your favorite college team? Honestly, I was raised a Carolina fan. I'm from North Carolina, so I was raised a Carolina fan. But I was a sports anchor and reporter and a scout for a long time for local TV and a few networks. So I scouted so many kids on like every team that I kind of just started rooting for the kids that I covered more so than the specific teams. So I mean, I've covered kids on a lot of D1 rosters right now. So I don't specifically root for one team now. On the men's or women's side, I'm kind of unbiased. I just want to see great basketball, great matchups, and everybody to stay healthy. To be honest, but I was raised a Carolina fan majority of my life. Big Carolina fan. Yeah, we need them. We need them to get that revenue share. We need them salaries to go up. That new agreement coming. Hey, ladies about to get paid. Yeah, man. AT not trying to get her labrums fixed. Coach Go breaking down the numbers. Coach Go breaking down the numbers on us. Guys, hey man, I just wanted to hop on really quick to discuss this Ashlyn Watkins news, to kind of just chop it up, get a reaction, and see how everybody was feeling. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Yeah, I will definitely, Coach Go, I got you. I will definitely have the unrivaled content coming once the games jump off. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If this was your first time, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. And definitely follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. That is a wrap for us. Until next time, hey, we out.